Teresa, the loyal ghost. Teresa was a fragile girl, petite, painfully thin, and silent. She remained nonverbal well into her late primary school years. That kind of silence doesn't come from shyness. It came from trauma so deep and early that it robs a child of her voice. Around the age of 7 or 8, Teresa was placed in this Befatrofium, an institutional orphanage in Italy, officially intended for abandoned or sick children. The story was that she was sent there because she was ill. That was what we were told, but none of us truly believed it. Looking back, it felt more like an attempt to remove her from the family system altogether, perhaps in the hope she would be adopted out and forgotten. At home, Teresa was Mum's punch bag, just as Dad had chosen Leonardo as his. Ravenna beat her regularly, often for no reasons beyond control or cruelty. Teresa was easy to dominate, quiet, weak, and desperate to be loved. She never fought back. She left school at 15 and enrolled in an evening sewing course, a modest step towards independence. On her way to class, she met a boy, and over time, they became engaged. He wasn't a Jehovah Witness, so of course, he had to convert. He followed every rule, met every requirement, but Mum still raged. I remember the day I walked in and saw Mum hitting her. I couldn't stay silent. Try that on me, I said. Mum snapped. She hurled a shoe at me with full force. It missed me and shattered the glass behind me. That night I left. I waited for Dad to come home, then returned the next day. Teresa, of course, stayed. Of all of us, Teresa was the only one who clung sincerely to the Jehovah Witness faith, not from belief, but from fear. It had become part of her nervous system. Obedience was a survival. Eventually, her boyfriend completed the conversion process, and their marriage was approved by the congregation. They married young and had 2 children, but marriage didn't free her. It only shifted her chains. She remained a Ravenna unpaid worker, serving, obeying, never thanked, never allowed to rest. She never processed what had happened to her. Like me, she carried a sickness inside, unspoken and unnamed. That pain had to go somewhere. It spilled into her marriage. The rage and repression she swallowed as a child, began to leak out at home. Her relationship with her husband was volatile, always on edge of collapse. The atmosphere in their house became emotionally toxic. Her children departed for her children, desperate for her, left the moment they turned 18. On the surface, Teresa's life appeared stable, a husband, a home, children, fate, but beneath it all, it was chaos. My mother, sorcery, emotional, spiritual, and possibly dark, kept her bound. Teresa was never allowed to step into peace or truth or, or her own selfhood. She was a puppet in a play she never auditioned for. The final humiliation came in our father's final year after his chemotherapy. He needed full-time care. Mom assigned Teresa the task, and as always, she obeyed. She fed him, washed him, managed his medication, and watched him slow die. At some point, Dad told her to apply for government assistance, a caregiver's allowance granted to those who look after the terminal ill relatives. She applied, and after years of exhausting unpaid labor, she finally received a check in her name. But Mom wasn't having it. She demanded the money, claiming it belonged to Dad. Then she marched Teresa to the bank and had the entire sum deposited into her own account. No gratitude, no shame, just theft wrapped in authority. Like a Christian, Teresa was a puppet, but while he played along to benefit, Teresa stayed because she didn't know how to live, loyal to the end, but long gone from herself. She lived like a ghost, and no one, not even she, realized how long she had been missing. I can include, yes,